Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Shared AG, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that Enzo? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My thing Kindle. I'm beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my mans, a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it. I'm backing. I'm on. I till I can't. Sorry, mama, yeah, I know that. It was me and bro, buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let the Audemars hang from my belt, so she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Audemars crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing another. Back in the day, I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in the tank. I'ma pull up, just stun. Cat, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gon' do? 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 I'm finna. What you gon' do?
I'm on a Sony lot, eating a lot of chips, stacking a lot of guaps. If I get it to pop, my mom get a coupe, my mom get a lot of rice. I ain't got to mouth, let that in the past. My foot on the gas, I flew elevator, we facing my brad. How you want deposit the memo or cash? Red light, yellow light, green light, go. The events, I take the bank home. I won't keep quiet, I'm in it. Yeah, my best friend called, want me alone. Let my bitches happy at home. And I blah. I'm a businessman, so I give her a loan now. 3 pumps in the chain from the Homer. Hurt Bucky a goner. Hurt get Bucky a goner.
What you gon' do? 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 Up in a
stunt.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give it's not your birthday. You'll find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. But homie, ain't nothing changed. Roll down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man. Running, man. Watch how I move, you mistake before I play up. Been hit with a but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the LA, they saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, show, they tell you I'm local. When the plan is to put the rap game in the choke. I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. A girl from Wooded, ain't ready to find me in the club. Full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. My flow, my show brought me to go. That brought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my jewels. Look, homie, I done came up and I ain't changing. You should love it way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? I thought that you be happy I made it. I'm that cat by the bar to the good life. Moved out the hood, now you tryna pull me back, right? Hit the bumpin' in the club, it's on. I'm with my eyes to chicks, if she smash, she gone. Hit the roof on fire, man. Just let it burn if the talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate, then watch the money pile up. Or we can go upside there with a come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, you're in the getting. Don't try to act like you don't know where we be, neither. We in the club all the time, so pop on.
Why I lose my grandmother cancer? Why me, God, I need answers. Why a young straight out Atlanta? Why the judge and the cops tryna jam us? Why I keep getting all of these chances? Why me, God, I need answers. Speak your mind and you might get counseled. Pinky ring and it cost me a phantom. The witness, the evidence tampered. Dirty money, the safest to hamper. Yeah, my b***h a star and I stamped her. P.E. Jordan 3, this a sampler. I don't wanna do it, but I gotta do it. Gotta if it's me or you. He got five, lighter fluid. Gotta wait from the haters, say hallelujah. Be crazy, be the closest to you. It's okay, cause they know that I come to do it. Hold your VO for Virgil, exclusive Louis. I hit a Ewing, wrist hitting and glistening the movies. If you smoke at the door, then I'm tending to it. Watch when I step here, come my belt. Angel on my shoulder, but the devil on the left. I got a meal, not a meal from a shelf. I do it alone, I own myself. Stay home for you, don't get playing dirty here below my belt. I'ma get the bad, do the show myself. I had to show myself. Make room on my plate. I just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way.
I filled up the crib with cars, the halls with art and all. I'm still having space. Got a particular taste, picky eater, I guess. But I'm some stuff in my face. She got a natural rap like a natural do like the she don't like. I was outside of the building, I'm on in the spot when it be there, you gotta have faith. I'm in a minute, I said ever since we lost bro, it ain't really much more I can take. But 10 when it's late, mama told me to pray, I do that cause you know I can play. You felt the fill up for real, we got rides in the back, but you know we ain't coming to play. You be up playing the States, I be up playing abroad with the mates.
Make room on my plate, I just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste, I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate, we talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet, I buried them deep and they still in the way.
Check it out, hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice, grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll you with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, looking shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos, while I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros.
Do
like
you really
that.
wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me,
Ain't God we trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us. Yo, we murder us. A lot of people is wondering and they curious. I mean, in my unit deal with it so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others be walking around fearing us. Front, baby, like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry, he'll be playing us. 30 times a day to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all the be always serving us. All up in between they where they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Barriers, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, you stupid, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Fight the dust instead of you making the fuss. People know better cause they ain't no comparing us. Mad at us, yes, you know better, we fabulous. Hit my people off with the flow, that be marvelous. My whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners with us, straight up warriors. When I feel it, then I know you be feeling so glorious. Then we blitz and reminisce on my people notorious.
do you really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big strip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take wild. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If Hit Boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out Yaya, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the lead, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Ay, these no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If Hit Boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury.
Corner and shook my, yeah, I'm finna give y'all another hit.
And I just put my drink down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
That, say, poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black. Designer say Gucci, Prada print. DOE, I'm a condo rich. Big Dolce, Diva, Donda, Dundada, Tokyo, Honda drip. Poppin' Dolce season, new persona, new pushback, but I'm still gon' get that. Labels quaking, they mistaken. I'm that wrist stay frozen, QG. Let's go, I'ma get.
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this to the 32.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's Williams. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Kalijah Kancey credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. White now to return. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Scott to return it. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing is Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
To throw, Williams. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 tight, 19 tight. Rig alert, rig alert.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Looking to throw is Williams. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And now the common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Williams going to look to throw again.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
To the air, Williams. That is caught, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, burning his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. the play fake. He'll look to throw.
This caught left side by the tight end Parham.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll send the tight end in motion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Like I said, he thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
Let's go now.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Second and 10.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
That is caught by Vele.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Come 19, come 19.
To throw, it's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
19, Tiger, 19.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half. And he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield. So he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more on that one and another first down.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw. Williams. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
70 Timberwolves.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now 3rd down and 7. Back to throw again. That's to Moore. He's got it. Touchdown Bears. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving, 70 yards. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. There's a nice move. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Let's go now.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return is Scott. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now Williams, a final shot before break. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, and that is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game. And there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
this offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Now back to the ground game with White.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs are back within a score.
That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Here's Williams. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Handoff running left, Irving. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Montez Sweat with the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
being chased out left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Williams. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, it's White. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, 4th quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
A run up the middle with Irving. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll go up the middle with White. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Here's a handoff to Irving. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. to throw. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a good call there. That brings up fourth. And his kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw is Williams. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
Here's 2nd down.
60 Mavericks. Ready.
Looking to throw. Williams. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in the tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Shut up. 70 Lion. 19 Lion. Ready.
To throw once more, here's Williams. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfielder so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. He's back to throw. That's caught by Wilson, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT. And this is caught. Oh, my, it was up for grabs. Now no time on the clock, and an extra point will send us to overtime.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Oh, it's an enormous call here. They'll go for 2. One play to keep their postseason alive. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on them. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A 3-and-out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming. To the air, Williams. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 46 yards.
Oh, what a time to come up with a play like that. Remember, though, with the updated playoff rules, you can't win it on this drive. But you sure can give yourself a leg up if you can finish this one off in the end zone.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. This is caught. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on 2nd down here. Working out of the gun, Williams eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal. Well, the defense coming through there, CD, with a big-time play, and they're getting close here to getting off the field and giving their offense a chance to win this ball game.
Hey, partner, no one's cheering louder after that play than their offensive teammates, because they understand how different things would be if instead of going out and needing a touchdown to tie things.
That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown Bears. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win them the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime in the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure's now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change, because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
Trying to keep their season alive. Down 7 in overtime. And they'll, of course, need to score before time runs out in the period as they work on 2nd down. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, we know they need a touchdown here to keep their season going, and on that play, wasting no time to try to push that ball downfield, partner.
Yeah, and even though the season's hanging in the balance on this drive, I don't know what you see, but I don't see any fear in the eyes of this offense. They're dialing up big plays, risky throws. They'll do whatever it takes to match touchdown for touchdown. And in this moment, they need to play the best they have all season, and they certainly appear to be ready to rise to the occasion.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, it took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still fourth down. Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly the same way. And they know they're one stop from celebrating a win themselves.
Anything short of a first down ends this ball game. Here's fourth down.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Well, the change in rules from the regular season to the playoffs at least gave both teams, Charles, an opportunity, but it turns out the team who scored first got the victory.
They certainly did, partner, but it wasn't as simple as getting a quick touchdown and calling it a day, because they need a standout performance from both sides of the ball to earn this win in overtime, and they got it.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.